Mark. Mark, second six.
Okay. So, Fred, you were a fourth generation contractor when you started the company. What is it about your background that made you the perfect guy to have that first range made?
Well, I was a design-build building contractor. My grandfather, great-grandfather, and father were more of the builder discipline. I enjoyed design, so I designed everything that we built. And when I discovered that there was a need for a new bike range that didn't exist, it just was really exciting to me, and I seized the opportunity to design a product from scratch. So I just jumped in and started designing.
And then how did you go from there? How did you grow the company?
Well, I say we, it was me back then. I was pretty much by myself. Quickly understood that the first place you start with a new product is in Southern California, one of the biggest markets in the world, actually. A great high-end market. The product was expensive. It was unique and unusual, so it needed a market that would embrace it. And so I started scouting out potential dealers in Southern California, and started from there, and that's how I came upon Snyder Diamond.
And so what was your first encounter with Snyder Diamond?
Actually, I had appointed a distributor in Southern California, and they introduced me to Snyder Diamond and explained to me the importance of Snyder Diamond as a dealer in this market. And I went to the showroom, and I'll never forget, you name a product, high-end product, and they had it. And it was just a great education for me, because I could discover anything and everything that was on the market at the time. So I knew I had found the ideal dealer for this new Viking range that I was trying to launch, Snyder Diamond.
Was Snyder Diamond one of your first distributors?
Snyder Diamond was an original dealer, one of my first dealers, not only in Southern California, but period, in the United States. So we go all the way back to the founding of my company.
That's very cool. And so what was your first, was Russ the first person you spoke with, or?
Y'all pardon me, I cannot remember. Russ, your father, and then Marty?
Marty Kaplan, yeah.
Marty Kaplan, yeah. Marty Kaplan and Russ's father-in-law were the first two people at Snyder Diamond that I met. I met Russ later, but that's where our relationship began.
And what was it that, how did Snyder Diamond work with you to help? What was it that made that relationship so fruitful?
When I first began to know Snyder Diamond and what they were all about, through our distributor, Susan and Brown, I quickly realized that they got it. And I told our distributor, I said, Snyder Diamond gets it. And they enjoy launching new products. They're obviously good at it. They're good at pioneering new products. So I thought we were in the ideal dealer to launch this new, kind of unique and totally different product to the Southern California market.
And now, can you take me from, you've just created that relationship with Snyder Diamond, they're one of your original dealers. Can you sort of walk me through the explosive growth that has happened since then? Starting at that very first point. All the way back to, so I created a range, I had it built, and sort of take us through that.
Should this center on Snyder Diamond?
Not necessarily, just in general. But if you can include them in some part of the story, that would be.
So then it was time to move to other markets around the country, not just Southern California, and I knew that I needed to find other Snyder Diamonds in other markets around the country. So next went to the Northern California market, in New York, of course, in Chicago, covered all the major markets. And I have to say, Snyder Diamond, I kind of use as a benchmark, because as I said, they got it. And so I knew better then what to look for, what type of dealer to look for, kind of products they were interested in, and find a dealer who was willing to pioneer a product that they actually believed in. And so I began to sign up new dealers in these various markets, and all of a sudden we have a dealer network. And then all of a sudden we start getting orders, and then we're completely overwhelmed with orders, and then we have a production problem. So it was a good problem, but it was definitely a challenge in the early days of Viking to meet demand, which is good, but it was a challenge.
Okay, John.